Update. Am I the idiot for telling my mother her children aren't mine? I, 17, female, have 2 younger siblings, 14, female, 13, male. My mother works 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. When she gets off, she goes straight to my grandmother's house or her boyfriend's house and doesn't come home until 10 or 11 p.m. On weekends, she stays out all night. Whenever I ask to go out, which is rare, it's a no. Everyone has to come to my home, but then she complains about me inviting everyone over. I work a part-time summer job. I get paid enough for my needs and to put money aside for my upcoming senior events. When I get paid, I put about 50 to 75% of my money aside and buy whatever I need. I usually have enough to last me till the next time I get paid. My mother and I get paid the same week. She buys food with her first paycheck of the month and I buy food with my second paycheck. My mother buys mostly frozen food, junk food and canned goods. I, on the other hand, buy fruits and vegetables, sometimes snacks. So, about 3 days ago my mother bought the food she usually bought and left. I put away everything and continued my night. The next night, I went downstairs to find 90% of the food my mother bought was gone. I complained to my mother, and she did nothing. I started to crave teriyaki and shrimp fried rice, so that's exactly what I bought. About 45 minutes later, it came and my siblings were complaining about how hungry they were. I told them to tell their mother, not me. A few minutes later, my mother came into my room screaming at me for not buying my siblings dinner. I told her they were her children, not mine, and I don't have to buy them anything. She told me to remember that and walked out. I shrugged my shoulders and continued to eat. Yesterday, my mother took my siblings and I to the mall. I went on my own as usual and bought some pink Crocs. My sister found me and told me that my mother said that I have to buy her something. I told her I didn't have to buy her anything because she isn't my child. She left and told my mother. My mom called me and just whispered, yelled at me, and hung up. I checked out and went to meet back up with my mom at our usual spot. After about 15 minutes, I called my mom to see where they were. She told me that she left and to find my own way home. I had my best friend take me home. When I got in, no one had said a word to me. Am I the idiot for saying what I said? I'm sorry, OP, you shouldn't be going through this. You should be taken care of by your mother and not become your younger sibling's mom. I'm so sorry for what she's doing to all of you, not just you but your younger siblings as well. It seems like she's trying to turn them against you. You are not the idiot, OP, you are taking a stand against her parentification and her exploitation of you. I believe you'll be off to college or moving soon, and when that happens I wonder what will become of your younger siblings. Will your mom step up and take care of them, or will she turn one of them into you? It's truth that many teenagers help around the house, not only with housework, but financially. But normally they agree with that. Yes, they help, emphasis on help. They aren't primarily responsible for the house or the kids, because they are also children. They don't become the parents of their younger siblings, at least not intentionally, and they feel cared for by their parents. And unfortunately, not only you feel exploited by your mom, she acts like she doesn't care about you. I'm sorry, OP, but no, you're definitely not the idiot. You should ask someone for help. Things shouldn't go on like this. And what do you guys think of all this? What would you do if you were OP? Have you ever been through something similar? Or do you know of someone who has? Don't forget to leave your comment down below. Now let's read the comments before going to the update. Not the idiot. Don't raise her kids. Get out quick. Not the idiot. Your mom is awful. You're almost 18, and should plan to leave as soon as you can. She's using you as a second parent to her kids. Not the idiot. Your mother is using you, and parentification of the eldest sibling is a very real thing. You're right to say that she needs to feed her own kids, and you shouldn't have to be feeding your siblings or being forced to buy them gifts. Looking to moving out of formation, if you're going to a 4-year school, so you can actually keep the money you earn. Not the idiot. Your mother is neglecting you and your siblings. You are not the parent, and she isn't doing any parenting. Even worse, she retaliates when you don't fulfill her obligation as a parent to your siblings. I hope you're able to exit this dysfunctional living situation soon and take care of yourself. Definitely be looking into a different living situation to see if you can go stay with any family. She's not providing food and abandoned you at the mall. You could involve Child Protective Services if you want to, you are a minor. As a child you don't owe her anything. As a parent she owes you food, shelter and love. Not the idiot. And what about you guys? Do you agree with the suggestions given to OP? Now let's go to the update. Am I the idiot for telling my mom her children aren't mine? Update. Thank you all so much for the feedback. I wanted to clear a couple things up first. This hasn't been going on since I was little. It started about 1 year ago, after I lost my older brother. I have a direct deposit, so right when I get paid, I put it into my digital savings account. My nearest family is about 5 to 6 hours away, so besides my best friend, I wouldn't have any other place to go. I am not a troll. A couple people messaged me calling me a troll and pathetic. I apologize for not clearing this up before. The grandmother house she goes to after work is her mother. Not my dad's. I really don't consider her family anymore since she did some unspeakable things. I decided not to call CPS because I don't want to split up my siblings. But my paternal aunt and grandmother were already flying in to surprise visit us. They called my mother as soon as they landed. She is afraid of them, so she tried to make the house look as clean and neat as possible. When they came, they completely ignored my mom and went straight to us. When my mom went upstairs, I immediately bursted into tears. I took my aunt into my room and told her everything that has been going on for the past year. She quickly got my grandmother. They both berated my mother, calling her unfit and disappointment, and etc. While my mom was crying in the corner of the living room, my aunt gathered up all of our important documents and put them in her dashboard. My grandmother told my mother we're leaving with them for the week, and after their vacation down here, we're permanently staying with them. My grandmother owned a house not too far from where I live that I was not aware of. If I knew, I most definitely would have told her. I'll keep you all posted. Thank you so much. It's good that your aunt and grandmother came to help you and your siblings. I hope things are okay for you now. I also hope that now your mother works on herself and is able to improve as a mother. And who knows, maybe in the future you all can have a healthy relationship with her. Wish you all the best, OP. I'm confused. Your nearest family is 5 to 6 hours away, but your mom gets off work and goes straight to your grandmother's? I apologize for not clearing this up before. The grandmother house she goes to after work is her mother. Not my dad's. I really don't consider her family anymore since she did some unspeakable things. Your older brother was probably in your shoes before you lost him. It's difficult to see things from other people's perspectives till you're in the same situation. That's great. Hoping the best for you. Hopefully your mom starts working on herself. It's great that you reached out to your family. Hope everything gets better. So did you guys like this update? And what would you guys do if you were in OP's shoes? Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Oh, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. Now let's go to the next story. Am I the idiot for telling my daughter moving out was a bad idea financially? My daughter is 22 and she wants to move out soon. She is planning on moving out with her best friend. It doesn't make much sense economically. My daughter doesn't have a high salary, and the way things are going, if she moves out she will take years to save up for down payment. She wants to buy a home, and by living with us, she can save a lot of money. Another factor is that her best friend has a boyfriend, and I have heard her best friend talking about moving in with him. So, it could also be a situation where my daughter will have to find a new roommate after a year. It doesn't make sense at all. We were talking about moving and she asked me what I thought of it. I told her that it didn't make sense financially if she wanted to move out, and she will have to delay buying a house. I also mentioned that she would have to find a new roommate if her friend got serious with her boyfriend. She got upset and irritated. She said she would deal with it, and she ended the conversation quickly. My husband thinks we should just let her make her own decisions and mistakes. I don't think Opie is being the idiot in this situation. I think she's being a cautious mother, thinking about what's best in the long term for her daughter. Until now, the daughter lives with her parents to save money and buy a house, so in this way it makes sense for her to continue living with them and not have any other expenses. But daughter's interest in wanting to leave the house, it could be her finally wanting her independence, either with a house of her own or not. Wanting independence is good. I mean, Opie is cautious about her going to live with someone who might be soon move in with someone else. But I think you should encourage your daughter Opie. If she can afford to live on her own, and she wants to, I don't see a problem with that, and I don't think you should either. Now let's read the comments before going to the update. On the basis of financial sense, nobody would ever move out. Your daughter has an opportunity here to spread her wings and experience some independence. You are falling for entirely natural parental instincts to shield your child from any possible negative that might happen. Your daughter is 22. By that age I had been living 2 hours away from my parents for 4 very educational and eye-opening years, which enabled me to function as a grown adult far better than had I stayed at home. Time to loosen the apron strings. No idiots here, as long as you let her make her own decisions. Not the idiot. She asked. You answered. Now it's time to let her make her own decisions. Giving your opinion when she asked you for it isn't really being an asshole. It might work out for her, it might not. I just hope that this doesn't mean that you won't help her since she declined the help you gave, by her staying at home. In her perspective, she's 22 and probably feels she's becoming too old to stay at home. Watching her friends move out, and in their own home or with a partner. The price of that sense of accomplishment and freedom she gets for having her own place is somewhere between the difference between her staying at home and moving out, and priceless. No idiots here. Not the idiot, though she is old enough for herself. Let her learn her own life lessons. No idiots here. You can't blame her for wanting to try it at 22. No one wants to be under their parents' roof if they can afford not to at that point. You were right to give her your honest opinion because it's true, but your husband is right. Let her make her own mistakes and maybe she'll surprise you. And what do you guys think about it? What suggestion would you give to the daughter if you were OP? Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Now let's go to the update. Update. Am I the idiot for telling my daughter moving out was a bad idea financially? I posted about 3 months ago. I was very anxious about her moving out, and the plan she made sounded so unlike her. I talked to her again and said I supported her decision and I wanted her to do what made her happy. She moved out 2 months ago and has been living with her best friend. She lives about half an hour away and visits us a lot. Well, my daughter told me that her best friend doesn't have a boyfriend and that they had been dating for a few years. It was a white lie her best friend had created to hide their relationship from her parents. Everything makes sense now. I feel embarrassed that I didn't notice that they were dating and at the same time, relieved that my daughter wasn't walking into a messy situation, rather she was just protecting her girlfriend. Okay, LOL, I wasn't expecting this update, but I'm glad it's good news. Glad your daughter is doing well in her new home and is in a healthy relationship. I'm just sorry it took her so long to tell you about her relationship, OP. But this is a very nice update. And they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. I wish more kids got greeted by Oh, thank God you're gay. I was worried that something was wrong. And then ran around telling strangers that their kid is happy and doing great. That's a really nice update. I'm happy for your daughter. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time.